What's up, loved ones? Welcome back to my channel. Your girl just turned 39 a few weeks ago, and I've just been reflecting on life a lot, okay? Whether you have a disability or not, ways to find joy within your life and joy in who you are is something that I feel like, especially as we get older, should be something you actively try and find and look for and implement intentionally into your life. Because I think just in the climate that we're in right now, being able to find joy is a very, 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 very challenging thing to do. Yes, there may be certain things that we have to navigate around, but that does not mean that we are not allowed or shouldn't have permission to figure out what those things are, okay? Now, before I get into all of the tea on how you can find your joy, you know what I need you to do, right? That's right, I need you to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And if you have no idea who I am, hello, I'm Lolo Spencer. I'm an actor, speaker, and content creator dedicated to sharing the resources needed for young adults with disabilities who are seeking independence and self-empowerment, and for the families and loved ones who want to support them through this journey. And there is no better way to support someone through their disability journey, or just your own journey in life, disability or not, until you find the ways to create some joy. Now, the reason finding joy in your life is so imperative is because when you've gone through very challenging times, seeking joy is one of the best ways to be able to get out of that funk, right? So for me, at the end of 2023, I had my first injury ever in life. The very first time I ever spent time in a hospital, it was a really, really traumatic time. Although the physical injury was minimal in comparison to maybe the way other people have injured themselves before, the mental toll that experience took on me was at a whole other degree. And I talked a lot about this on Molly Burke's podcast as well, because it was something that literally shifted my entire world. It shifted my entire personality. It shifted everything about who I thought I was at that time, and had me really investigating who I am now. And one of the ways that I was able to do that was by intentionally finding things that created some joy in my life. One of the things that I had done to kind of feel like I was getting back to myself was doing an activity that had no end game. It was straight up, what do I like to do? What could get my brain going that's creative, that has nothing to do with my actual career? And for me, the first thing that I did was take an interior design class. I know that sounds like something that is so off the chain and left field, but hear me out. Your girl loves some furniture. We love a good little hack, especially because I'm a wheelchair user. I found so many different ways to not only just make a space accessible to me, but also make it aesthetically pleasing. And I did a whole video about this before that you can check out on the screen. So for me, when I took the interior design class, I knew it was the right thing to do because, one, I already had a natural passion and talent for it, but being able to just learn a completely new skill at a whole other level beyond just passion really got my brain going in a very creative and productive way. Because I truly feel that learning a new skill set or learning a new trade is a very good and creative way to just get your brain going, get your body moving, get you thinking in a completely different way that isn't stuck in what you were already stuck in a very depressive or anxious state like I was. So I would highly recommend a course, whether that's online, whether it's in person. I took my interior design class in person because I knew being in the house was not going to be very productive for me, especially since I'm naturally an extrovert. I wanted to be around people, and I wanted to be around people that I probably would have never crossed paths with unless I took this course, which was really great because I made some really cool friends from the class. Now, if you are really struggling with trying to figure out what am I really passionate about? What is really gonna bring me joy? What do I really like to do that's not attached to work? And you're really, really struggling trying to figure that out, give yourself permission to ask a trusted friend or family member for some ideas on how to navigate through this space. So for me, one of the things that I really enjoy doing now is building Lego. But I didn't know I was actually gonna really enjoy building Lego until one of my really close friends told me that she was doing it and absolutely loved it. Now, at first, I'm not gonna lie, when she said it, I was like, girl, aren't we a little too old to be playing with Lego? She was like, but listen to me, I'm telling you, it's so much fun. Don't even think about it like that, blah, 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 blah. And then one day I was at a TikTok event for the Wicked premiere, and they were giving out these Wicked Lego sets. When I tell you I've been hooked on Lego ever since, let me show you. On my birthday, I bought me a Lego set as my own gift to myself. I just don't want us to always think that everything we do in our lives has to solely be done completely by ourselves all the time. Yes, there is room for like doing things independently and really wanting to kind of like challenge yourself to do things on your own. But I think it's also very healthy and helpful to ask trusted, keyword, trusted family and friends for ideas to at least get your brain going. Sometimes hearing an idea from somebody else can spark creativity for something else that you realize, oh my God, wait, it's not Lego that I'm really passionate about, but I really love building things with popsicle sticks. Oh, I forgot I got a 3D printer in my garage. I need to dust that off and get back to 3D printing. Like whatever the thing is, like other ideas from people could really spark some creativity that gives you a newfound joy within your life. Now, another thing for me that brings me joy, and because a big part of it is because I'm a natural extrovert, is going outside. Give yourself permission to go outside with no plan, no goal, and just see what life is gonna bring you. There's been so many times that I have just decided to go outside because I've been stuck in the house for days working super hard, or maybe I wasn't like in the best mental space at the time, or whatever the case is. And I was like, I need to go outside. I need the sun to hit my face, hit my skin, and just figure out what's gonna happen from there. Do you know how many times I've been surprised of like going out and exploring and just little surprises happening along the way? Whether it's like I would randomly get like a free treat at a coffee shop, or I would meet somebody new at happy hour and I learned a life lesson that I was dealing with that they had no idea that I was dealing with at the time. I understand that getting out the house isn't as easy for everybody else, but even if it's as simple as getting out of your front door and just sitting on the porch, you may see like a random animal go by, or you may see birds flying next to each other, and it reminds you of just like innocent love. However you can create the same kind of experience or something very similar for yourself, however you have to tweak it, hack it, or whatever the case is, do that thing. The point is, going outside can bring so many different pleasant surprises that you never even expected. And that's why I love doing it so much and why it brings me so much joy. And for one of the final things that help bring me joy is giving myself permission to show up as I am in whatever moment I'm feeling. So if in this moment I feel like getting dressed up and sexy and going to a day party to find my joy, I can do that. But if on another day my joy is just waking up late, drinking tea, and watching YouTube tutorials all day, that is my joy for that day. We don't have to pick a side. We can always pick whatever we're feeling in the moment and letting those moments be the natural joy that happens at that time. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I'm an extrovert, but also maybe I can spend a good amount of time indoors and fully enjoy myself just as much. If you are somebody that like genuinely don't want to go outside, it's just not your thing, you've already know being outside does not bring you joy, then find the ways to have all the joy you can inside the house. Watching a good movie, binge watching a new series, whatever it is, do that thing too, just as long as whatever those little activities are is something that actually brings you joy. And that's ultimately what the whole point of this video is about. And I just want y'all to give yourselves the permission to be able to explore and do the same thing. You're not losing anything by trying to explore what brings you joy. And if you go and explore and try something new and you realize, that didn't really make me as happy as I thought, that's even more information to get closer and closer to the things that you would enjoy. What was it that I didn't like? Was it because there was too many people in the class? Maybe I need to go on a slower day of the class. Maybe I just go to a different class in general that's more a one-on-one instructor. Okay, maybe I do that. Maybe it's like, I just didn't like that at all, period, and I want to try something new. Try something new. This is your life. You are not bogged down by anything or anyone telling you what you should or should not do. If you don't want to try something on your own the first time out, then ask a trusted family or friend. You know what I mean? And if you don't have that trusted family or friend, sorry, boo-boo, you might just have to get the courage to do it. Because what is guaranteed is unhappiness without figuring out your joy. That's what's guaranteed. If you don't be intentional to try and figure out what your joy is, 9 times out of 10, you're probably gonna stay pretty stagnant in your experiences. But if you are somebody that knows that sometimes you could get in dark spaces and in mental spaces, or certain experiences can feel overwhelming, and you're just like, man, I just don't wanna live life like this all day, every day, all the time, then find your joy, boo. I promise you, it will be completely worth it. And things are gonna change over time. You're gonna get older. You're gonna have different tastes in things. You're gonna be curious about other things. Allow that to happen. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to learn something new. It is okay. Okay? So, if you have any other ideas or any other activities that you learn that you really enjoy and bring you joy, go ahead and leave a comment. I really hope this video was helpful. If it was, like I said before, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and I will check y'all out next time. Bye.